Hello, everybody. How is everybody out there doing? Um, Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Mom 365. We want to welcome you to the Indulge and Self Lounge, and we welcome you to Mom 365, where we answer the question, what does motherhood look like for you 365 days of the year? I'm your host, Janelle Palmer. And today I am grateful to have my lovely co-host with me, Florence. And in these social media streets, she goes by Nurse Flo. I'm going to give her a minute to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nurse Flo. My name is Florence, and I am joining you from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, girl. Okay, you're not going to tell us a little bit more about yourself, Nurse Flo?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I'm a registered nurse, and I do have a med spa here in Ohio. We do IV hydration, vitamin injections, medical weight loss, chemical peels, and we have some more services to come. And I also run some group homes with my husband here as well. So
Oh,
that's a little bit about myself.
okay, Nurse Flo. So you ain't tell us about them babies that you got.
I have two beautiful babies. Well, they're not so babies anymore. 8 and 9, Jaden and Audrey.
Oh, I love it. So tonight, on tonight's episode with Nurse Flo, we are going to discuss the power of community. Okay. So, Nurse Flo, before we get into the whole conversation of the power of community and why community is so important as a mother, let's talk about your motherhood journey. So tell me, what does motherhood look like for you 365 days a year? Is it what you expected it to be? So tell us a little bit more about that.
I don't think I really, I didn't have, I don't want to say I didn't have much of an expectation, but I guess it's different for everybody, and even like the examples that I had, like my mom, my aunts, and everything. The way they raised their kids, they raised us, is different from the way I'm raising my kids. I'm originally from Nigeria, so we were born in Nigeria. We came when we were like almost teenagers.
Okay.
So growing up in Nigeria, we had the village, quote unquote, different aunts and uncles and cousins around, grandma, grandpas, everybody around helping out. So, but here it's a little bit difficult because, everyone's busy, everyone's working. But we were blessed to live close to my parents. So when we did started a family, they were always around to babysit whenever we need. You know, we had, we lived right, so we lived like around the corner from my parents, and we would always drop them off whenever we needed to go out or go run errands or do something. And then I was fortunate enough to have my mother-in-law come and stay with me or with us whenever we had a baby. I remember my first one, she stayed like 8 months. My second, she stayed almost a year. So culturally, we have that you're not supposed to lift a finger, do anything for like the first 40 days. I remember I was so like bored. I'm like, can I just go out?
Can I do something?
Right, but it was a blessing. At least you got to rest and recuperate. People were always around to take care of the baby, clean, cook, feed both mother and child. So all I did was feed my baby. So
Yeah, I think that was the part about being African that I always love. When I thought about motherhood and having my own kids, I was always excited about the idea of family, community, people just always being around. So when I had my
right.
baby, I was in Oklahoma. I just wanted to come back, because I just knew when I came home, they were just going to love on me, and people would just they
Mhm.
dote over you. It's like
Right.
they honor you. It's very
Mhm.
honorable to be a
Mhm.
mother.
You truly get to rest. So that's a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get into some of these questions today and into this conversation of the power of community. Unfortunately not everybody has the opportunity to to experience, community when they become mothers, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Like you said, the way this United States is set up, things are busy. People are far from their family. People don't have family, so it's a lot of dynamics that play into all of it. So,
Hmm.
that's why this Mom 365 is kind of important to me because it's the community we're trying to build for all of us mothers.
Right.
So the first question that I wanted to ask you about, so what is the power of community for you?
Like I just explained, just having people around that are willing to lend a hand
Yeah.
whenever needed, maybe it's to watch my children or be a shoulder to cry on, listening ears, just to take a break whenever it's needed, because we do need breaks sometimes.
Yeah.
So yes.
You've been in labor for 10, 15, 20, 30 hours,
Mhm.
all day long, whatever. Yeah, you need a rest a lot after carrying for 9 months.
Yes. Even after we're out there growing up, we need breaks too. So
You still need your community.
yes.
Well, can you share a specific instance when your community provided a solution for you?
Um, my community, I would say, is my mom, um, some close aunts. We have those aunties that we're not related, but
Yeah,
they're still
make
aunties.
everybody auntie.
Right. So, and my church family, those are my community. Um, Even when I had my kids, I did not buy clothes for them until they were like maybe 4 or 5,
Hmm.
because people gave, and
The
I had
Christmas day.
some friends or church family that they had kids that were just maybe a year or two older, and they just passed down their clothes, which I didn't mind. So the way the kids outgrow their clothes,
Yeah,
anyways.
they're
So they're
expensive.
right. So they're always there for me. Even if it's to, like I said, babysit. If I'm just tired and like, hey, I need y'all, someone to come take this kids for like an hour or two. Let me take a nap. So,
Yes.
because when I had both my kids, I was in school. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so that's really helpful.
Yeah, it adds more strain.
Hmm.
So, are there any valuable lessons or pieces of advice that you have gained from your mom community that you would like to pass on to other moms?
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So don't stress yourself. I mean, half of the things that we're thinking about, worried about, or stressed about, it's like it really doesn't matter. Like the most important thing is the time that you spend with your family, with your kids. We, of course, we want to provide the best for them, do the best for our family, but your time is worth a lot too. So,
Yeah, I like that. That's important. So give, but give to yourself first. That's what she's
hmm.
saying. So, what role do you think mentorship plays in the mom community? And have you had any experiences with any, mentors in your own network?
Yeah, I think with everything we do in life, it's great to have a mentor. I remember someone that was a mentor for me growing up from college, I would say up until when I got married and even had kids. She was always there for me. I looked up to her. She was there to give advice. I knew she's got my back, and I knew she would tell me, she'll keep it real. Like she's not gonna sugarcoat, anything with me. If I'm wrong, she's gonna tell me, hey, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
So I appreciate her for that. And right now, I'm trying to do the same thing for others, for those younger than me and that are looking up to me, trying to be a good example for them, trying to be there for them when they have any issues or concerns or problems, need advice. So yeah, mentorship is very important for us to grow, to be better. They say you should learn from others' mistakes,
Yeah.
even though sometimes we don't listen, but hey.
Yeah, we don't listen. We learn the hard way. But what later on in life, we do listen. It comes back
Mhm.
full circle, and we're like, yeah, so that's why they said not to do that.
I know, right? So we just hope that it's not too late then. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what my mom always used to say? She said, everything, everything has happened under the sun before. Nothing is new. So
My
you've done it, we've
my
done
friends
it
say that all
before.
the time too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's because I've done it, I've experienced it. Why you got to touch the fire too?
Right.
Sometimes we learn the hard way, right?
That's right.
So, how do you see mom communities evolving in the digital age? And what advantages or challenges do you see in the online mom communities?
The other day I was on Instagram and I saw someone posted something and she said something about how people are saying, "Oh, there's no more village." But that there is still a village, you just got to pay for it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Hey, I can agree with her. She ain't lying.
Yeah, so you just got to budget for it. You get that babysitter, that cleaner, that cook, whatever you need, someone to do your laundry. So it's still there. We just have to, like I said, plan for it, budget for it. So even if you may not have that physical family close village, you still have help out there, but you
Yeah,
just gotta pay for it. And then there's like support groups that's with technology these days. So those are awesome.
yeah. And I actually I liked when she said that because it kind of brings us back to the conversation of why our elders tell us to wait till marriage.
Mm.
Wait till you're married to start a family. Wait till you're stable. Wait till you're at a certain place and level in your life. And you know,
Well, it's a big responsibility.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Growing
it's not cheap.
up,
It's not
right.
cheap either.
No, growing up, you just kind of look at it like, oh, they're just trying to control my life. They just want me
Hmm.
to be perfect, but it's a lot of value in that advice. Wait till
Hmm.
you are at a place where you're stable
Yeah, where you can
financially.
plan for it. Yeah.
You and your partner both want this, so you both want to
Hmm.
put in the work. You understand the responsibility that comes along with it, and that requires nannies and some other things. So that's that village that she was talking about. It's not free
Hmm.
anymore. Everybody's
Hmm.
time is valuable.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was another podcast I was listening to, just talking about how people place so much value on money, but
Yeah.
your time is actually, well, my time is worth more. So something to think about.
I look, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's we exchange time for money all the time. And when you really look at the grand scale of things, it's kind of like I can make that money again, but I never can get
Mhm.
that
Get
time
that time
back.
back. Nope. Yep.
Yeah. So you have to
So, and
really,
we're so quick to, give our time away, say yes to everything, to multiple things, and someone asks for money, you may not want to give it to them, but like think about it. Like,
yeah, that can be
yeah.
replaced. But time, mm-mm, not at all. So yeah, so I guess it communities so you're pretty much saying it's a great thing to be able to, especially now that we're not having our families around anymore because people are coming from different countries, and their moms and aunts and stuff are in different
Mhm.
places, so they're by themselves here. So so that whole virtual situation is a good thing.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, but I mean, in every situation, we have to try to find a positive out of it or
Mhm.
find a way to make it work for us.
Yeah,
So we can't say, okay, just because you're not with your family or not in the same geographical location with them, that you can't, I mean, you got to make the best out of it. Life
yeah,
goes on. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it does. So what do you think some of the downfalls can be with connecting with moms via virtual? What are some of the, you know, what can be some of the
In real
complications?
life is still, for me, in real life is still the optimal situation or the best. thing to do or to have.
Yeah.
There's nothing like being face to face, able to touch that person, or whatever. It still is different from Zoom or online. But like I said, we have to make the best of every situation and work with what we got. We got technology. We got to make technology work for us.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the things that I could think of about the whole virtual thing, I think sometimes it gives people a false sense of what motherhood really looks like. Like it's all glitz and glam.
What do you mean by that?
Sometimes with the mom influencers, sometimes and the people getting all dressed up, because I feel like a lot of times when you get on social media, a lot of people have an image that they want to keep up.
Well,
You
social media is not necessarily real life.
well, right.
So, yeah, on social media, everyone's portraying their best or their best. So, you're not going to see somebody's crappy day or miserable day. So, it's all choreographed, it's all what they want to show.
Yeah. I would appreciate, for us to just, especially when you're in the mom communities, spaces where we can be more real about it. And, because I think what it is, we got to understand that it's hard out here for all of us as mothers. It's
Hmm.
not one perfect, story. It's not. So it builds that connection to know you're not alone in the process.
Hmm.
I
Hmm. But you
understand.
got to know what you're looking at too.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to social media for your example, then that's not, especially if it's, I mean, there are some people on social media that's giving you real life, like, hey, this is what's going on, this is me, and and then there's all the rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah. So I like it. And the reason why I like to touch on this is because we have different age ranges in mothers. You got
Hmm.
teenage mothers, you got young mothers, so you have people who actually look at celebrities as their role models. The way
Hmm.
they mother, the way they do certain things, so that's why I'm like sometimes social media can be, it like you said, it has its good and it has its bad.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, so let me see. So, can you describe a moment of your own personal growth or transformation that you can attribute to the involvement of having community, having other women around you that are pouring into you?
I would say just knowing or realizing that I don't have to have it together all the time, and I can't have it everything that I'm doing 100%
Yeah.
all the time. So just knowing it's okay to have the dishes not done. It's okay for the house to be messy. It's okay for my laundry not to be done, for my clothes to be piled up in my room. you know, those are all okay.
Right. So our last recording we actually had that conversation about
Hmm.
self-care and making sure that you hire help. It's okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's only
That's what I'm
one of
talking
us.
about. You got to plan for that village.
Yes, recruit the family. Everybody has a role that they need to play in making it work.
Definitely. My kids do their own laundry, so
Yes, I like it.
they know how to do the washing machine and the dryer, and they sort their clothes out. So I'm okay with that. Their
Yeah,
shirts may be wrinkled sometimes. We may have to iron it, but it's all right.
it's everybody is a part of the village, even the children.
Yes.
So, can you describe a moment of Oh, I think we did that one already. So, what are some strategies from maintaining a sense of balance and self care while you're actively participating in your mom communities?
I guess knowing when to say no,
Mm-hmm.
knowing which we talked about time, knowing when to take a break, and knowing when to take care of yourself so that I can fill my cup,
Mm-hmm.
so that way I can pour into others. Because most of the time we're just go, 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 doing this, doing that, going to work, coming home, taking care of everybody, cooking, cleaning, running errands, being there for your friends, hearing their, maybe their sad or about something, upset about something. So just knowing when to take time out for yourself.
Right. And yeah, that's important. Especially
Mhm.
when we're in a situation with a lot of women, we tend to have a lot of emotions.
Mhm.
So sometimes we can overwhelm each other.
Oh
So
yeah, and then just knowing when to. I mean, we try. I try to keep it real all the time, but knowing when to like say to that person,
be sensitive.
just yeah.
Give some
Gotta
extra
keep it
love.
real.
Yeah.
Yes, tough love.
Yeah. I don't think keeping it real is a bad thing. I just think it always just got to come from a place of love.
Oh,
And people,
definitely,
yeah, it's
definitely.
not what you say, it's how you say it. But then people still
Mhm.
tend to receive it different because they hear it different.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's all about knowing who's in your circle too,
yeah,
like the kind of respect you have for each other. Just like I would expect those in my circle to tell me when I'm wrong,
yeah,
no matter how I receive it. I may be a little like, but
yeah. Right.
I'll go back and think about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're right. So,
Yes, it's necessary to have people that's going they got to call you out sometimes.
correct.
Yeah, and that's how we grow. It's
Yes.
constructive. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got to know who's in your circle so you know if it's
Mhm.
really coming from a genuine place.
Right.
But then again, we try not to keep people who are not genuine around us, right?
We try.
Yeah. Prayer works. So,
Are you
so
speaking from experience?
I mean, yeah, but I think a lot of times when it comes to that in the communities and mom groups and things like that, everybody is at a different level of being healed.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I try in my mind to give people grace and kind of feel like even though I may separate myself, I still try to understand okay, I know your
Where they're
background.
coming from.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know your life. So this might not be something that you may mean.
Mhm.
It might just be a place of hurt.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
at the same time I still got to protect myself.
Right, because sometimes we make up stories for people or make up excuses for them,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily, yeah.
Yeah, so keep your community tight. That's important. You
Mhm.
need genuine people to love on you.
Definitely.
Motherhood is hard enough. We don't need
Right.
any more drama on top of it.
Amen.
Right. So, how can mom communities contribute to breaking down stigmas or addressing issues that are related to mental health, especially postpartum? That mommy
Mhm.
blues, after you had them babies. Phew.
Those are real. I guess just letting them know that, hey, this may happen, and then just checking on somebody. If you know somebody that just had a baby, call them, see how they're doing, stop by, bring them a meal,
Bring them
you
food.
know, offer to just hold the baby, have them take a nap. So,
I know. I gotta say, I was blessed during that time. I had
mhm,
people who showed up and gave me breaks. Other
mhm,
women who they've been there, they've done that, they
right,
understand.
they know.
Yeah,
Mhm,
you need to take. I mean, sometimes I think sometimes the men are not as what's the right word? They may not really understand that because they didn't travel that journey with you.
mhm,
But that rest. But a woman that's kind of been through that, they understand it. They understand the value of life. When that baby sleep, you need to sleep too.
mhm.
Preserve your energy, preserve your time. So it's important.
Yeah.
Community. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Are there any specific resources or organizations that you have found particularly helpful in your journey as a mother within your own support network?
Yeah, my church. I'm a Christian, so definitely my church.
Okay.
Having small groups, so we meet weekly. For the longest time, I used to go to the same. Before I used to go to the same church as my parents, so we used to have ladies Bible study, and I liked our group because we had different age groups in there, like elderly grandparents age, and then like my mom's age, my age, high school age. So it was nice to have females of all different age group, and depending on what topic we're discussing or studying in the Bible, you get different point of views. So you can help those maybe younger than you that have questions, and then I get to listen to those older than me that have experienced that too. So that's definitely number one for me. And then I've been a part of community groups in my neighborhood. I've been part of like meetups. There's a meetup app that you can search for different interests, and you can host like a meetup, or you can go to a meetup. So those are cool. Those are nice.
Yeah.
I know there's different Facebook groups too and things
Mhm.
like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Another one too is Next Door.
Yes,
That's
yes.
another one too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you're right. They have a lot of the Facebook mom groups.
Yeah.
So, well, before I say finally, I want to know what are some of the things that you do for yourself for self care, whether they're things that you do with your community of moms, with your own friends that are, what is it that you do to preserve your time, your energy to flow as Nurse Flow?
Sleep.
You get to sleep, nurse, when and run two businesses.
On
Tell me about
weekends, I do sleep in on the weekends.
I
On
know that.
Sunday, I sleep in. Just taking a time out. I love to cook to relax. I love to garden. I love to journal. That I would say would be my number one way to like de-stress and take care of myself is just writing, journaling, and then just hanging out with friends. I
Yeah.
have a few friends that I'll do like girls' night with. I love planning stuff, so I might say, hey, let's do a sip and paint, or let's go somewhere. Even just go out for drinks or dinner. So yeah,
Okay, so when you moving to Maryland, so we can be doing all of this,
you
or
need to
do I
come to
gotta move to
Ohio.
Ohio? No, I love it. So finally, can you share a heartwarming or inspirational story that highlights the true power and impact of communities in your life and in the lives of others?
Like I said, I think my number one community will be my church family. So there's been different times that we've been there for each other. Oh, one story now, I do have somebody, she's currently not feeling well. She's in the hospital.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear it.
Um, yeah, she's not doing very well. But I remember when she was trying to get pregnant, like for so many years. I remember us praying as a ladies' Bible study group
Yeah.
for that, if it's God's will. And then, finally, years later, they got pregnant, they had a baby, which is beautiful and awesome. So I was thinking about it the other day when I heard that, she's not doing well, she's on a vent.
I'm praying for her.
She's had like a couple of health issues. So I was just like, oh, I remember sitting in my mom's basement, we praying, and God answered our prayers. So just how awesome it is to have that experience.
Yeah.
And I know she cherished it too, because she used to just mention it, just randomly, like, oh, remember when we used to pray about this and that, and how God answered this and that prayers. So it's nice to have a group of those ladies, or a group of people that you can share your hurt and your joys with. They can mourn with you and celebrate with you. So if you're able to find that group of ladies or that group of people, definitely find that. And sometimes we may have to go out there
Yeah.
to find it. It may not come to us. You start that group,
Yeah,
find
exactly.
one or two people, start it.
Put
So
yourself out there.
there's always, you're not the way you're feeling, I guarantee there's somebody out there feeling the same way. So if you feel like there's a need or you want something, go find somebody that wants that same thing. So,
Yeah, I love it. And I love that story because I have a friend, we joined an agreement and she got married, praying for the same thing together, and she's pregnant. We
mhm.
celebrating her, what, this month? So that was exciting.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
like that when you join an agreement with people and it's
Yeah.
genuine. God, he moves.
Yes.
Yeah, the power of community is something special. So before we end, are there any tips, any encouragement, any support that you can offer other moms through their own motherhood journey, whether they're new in the process, they OGs, you know, that you have learned and experienced for yourself or that other people have shared with you that was very valuable for you?
Well, we've touched on a few things today, but I'll just say, you're not alone. So, and like you said, there's nothing new under the sun. So, whatever you're feeling or need that you have, you are not alone. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. So, go out there, find that person, find that group. You start that group.
Yeah,
If you need a community and you're looking for one, and even if you don't find it around you, surrounding area, go online,
yeah, yeah,
start it online, find something, or you make something. So yeah.
yeah. The thing I like about America is there's a support group for every and anything.
Yes, and if there's not, you can start it.
Period. I like that.
Yes.
So Nurse Flo, your moment to shine. I know you started
Yeah.
the show with telling everybody who you are, what you do, how you taking over Ohio. So I want to
Hey.
give you a moment to tell the people who you really are, what you do, where they can find you, and all that good stuff. Tell them the whole story, okay?
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. You can get in touch with me on Instagram at nurse_nurseflow underscore or online at nurseflow.co. Like I said, I'm based in Columbus, Ohio. My med spa is Rehydrate Wellness here in Gahanna, Ohio. So if you're ever around and you want a drip, come see me. We will get you glowing. We will get you hydrated and feeling super.
I said tell the whole story, sis.
I'm beautiful.
What is the group home? Come on, Nurse Flo. Come on.
Well, find me online. Go to nurseflow.co. Everything you need is up down there.
All right. I love it, Nurse Flo. I thank you. I appreciate you, sis. I touch
Thank you
and
so
agree
much.
with
Thank
you.
you for having me. I enjoyed our conversation.
Of
So it's
course.
truly truly needed. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for saying yes. And before we go off, Nurse Flo, we didn't tell the people how we met.
Oh, okay. You want to tell the story or
This your day. I'm gonna be talking for months and years. Go
how
ahead.
long has that been? Like 2 years now?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, yeah. So we met in Cabo. So that's when okay, so it was what's her name? VDNP. She was doing the conference on IV hydration. I had wanted to take her class and it was supposed to be virtual.
Yeah.
So, but she decided to do the conference in Cabo. I saw it. I was like, "Hey, Cabo, I'm going."
Our community.
Yes. And
Creative
I
community.
tried to get somebody to come with me. Like I tried. I asked everybody. My husband didn't want to go. My sisters couldn't go because of work. One of my aunts, she couldn't go because of work. I asked a coworker, nobody could make it. So I was like, I've already paid. Hey, I'm gonna go. So, and I did not regret it. I met you. So, and I enjoyed myself. I was able to network, talk to, wonderful ladies, was able to meet so many nice people. So it was definitely a blessing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm grateful because it's the power of community, right? V
Hmm.
created a community and we decided to step into that community. And in that community, we met other people to create community.
Yeah, and so nice. I mean, to meet you, we've been encouraging each other since,
Yeah,
rooting for each other. So
yeah.
yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah. So go alone. Go alone. You don't always
Right,
need
don't be
somebody
afraid.
to go.
Don't be
You never
afraid. Oh,
know
and
who
I
you
did something today too. I went alone someplace else today too. So,
Oh,
because normally I'm shy, but
we're gonna talk about that later because I wanted to know about that. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Yeah.
yes. So,
Go
but don't be
alone. It's
afraid. Don't be
okay.
afraid to step out, and do something. So,
Yeah. You'll be surprised what you might meet out there. Who you
yes,
might meet, who you might get connected to. Our
definitely.
community,
Yes, yes, yes.
the village is important. So I just wanted to leave you all with excuse me, a few quotes. Kids need villages, but so do moms.
Mm,
It takes a village to raise a mother. So be grateful for the village of fellow mothers that are still helping to raise us and you. We may not ever achieve perfect mother status, but just being our children's mothers makes us perfect mothers for our children. So it's not about being perfect, it's about just
mm,
being right to your children. We are all learning, we are all growing. Every day we learn something new. We don't have this all figured out. There's not one size fits all. But
mm-mm.
don't beat yourself up. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, but the one thing that I want to say is pour into yourself, take care of yourself. You got to be okay so you can take care of those children.
Right,
So take care of yourself first. Stop pouring from an empty cup. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to be everything for everybody and nothing for yourself. So start there. So, one thing that we like to always say here at Self Indulgent, we want you to put yourself first and self indulge. We
okay.
thank you for tuning in. We thank Nurse Flo for hanging with us today. We're going to start opening it up for you all to start sending in questions after each recording that we can answer. We can pick out a question and, we can try to answer it and create more discussion, create more community and more conversations. So we thank you for tuning in. So continue to like, continue to share, subscribe to Mom 365. Until the next episode, stay blessed and have an amazing, amazing day until we see you again. Thank you, Miss
Bye.
Flo. Thank you, girl. That was great.